When I told my dad about what I was about to do, to put my life on pause, to take all of my savings and travel the world, to talk to girls about their dreams, he looked at me like I was a little crazy. And he said, "Why do you want to do that?" And then he gave me a long list of women in my country, the Dominican Republic, who have attempted to follow their dreams, especially in politics, and have failed. And of course I was crushed, my dad telling me this when all I was looking was for someone to encourage me. So I started to research a little bit, and I find out that actually there are women who have, held positions of power around the world, but only 15. In 195 countries, 15 women. So this got me thinking, why is this? Why, if we women are half of the population, why is it that we're not making the decisions that affect us all? I also had this thought of, yes, these are we're talking about the women who have tried and failed, and also we're talking about the women who have succeeded. But how about those that never even try? The girls stop taking risks at that age. They start being, their confidence really, really drop in this way. And it got me thinking about myself as, growing up in the Dominican Republic, where my brother could run free, but I had to be kept safe. I had to be, I was just not allowed to go and run around the neighborhood like my brother did. And this, I think at some point, the 9-year-old me, who was very confident, she just disappeared. I stopped using my voice. I got my entire life, changed because of this idea of having to be protected and be labeled fragile. But then, 25 years later, through learning to take risks and the Mariposa Foundation, I found an amazing group of girls, and I just knew that I needed to tell their stories, and I needed to use my own voice to let the world know how incredible girls are. And I'm very touched right now because one of those girls is right here with me today. I'm using my voice to support those that maybe like me felt invisible. And I'm using my superpowers as a storyteller to bring stories to life.
My name is Laura Pena. I am an animator, a filmmaker, speaker, a world traveler, US citizen, Dominican, and I am a woman. I am traveling around the world with a camera in hand and a head full of dreams in the search of 111 girls to ask them who they are, who they want to become, and how we can help them get there. My passion for travel, storytelling, and girls' empowerment is what drives me. That question of what would you do if you could do anything led me to this journey. I want to listen to these girls, I want to witness their dreams, and I want to share it with all of you. I am going about this as if the future of this world depends on these girls, because it does.
It has been about a year and a half since I started this project, and the idea of the project is called She is the Universe, and the idea is to create inspirational stories where girls can see themselves represented as they are. And so we can change the narrative of how the world sees girls, but most importantly, how girls see themselves. And so far, I have interviewed 51 girls in 21 cities and 10 countries in North America, South America, and Europe. And next, I'm going to visit Australia, probably next month. Australia, then Asia, and Africa. And there's not stopping this. I thought I was going to be doing this for a year, but there's no way that I can stop now. And what I do is the girls are between the ages of 13 to 19. And when people ask me what kind of girls you're looking for, I said that I'm looking for extraordinary girls that are living a very regular life, so we can all identify with them and then we can all connect with them. And I want to share with you a story. The first story that I ever did when I had no idea how to talk to a girl and put her on a camera. I had just this thought of that this could work. And Allison White, who is incredible, just say yes.
I am Allison White. I am friend, and I am beautiful. My passion, I want to be a photographer that travels with a band with them who will with them around the world. My mom is my best advocate throughout my life.
Sort of a riot going on, said Ron.
Was the person that had the hospital with me for most of the time.
What are your fears? Like, what are you afraid of?
People don't understand me. I am just like you or anyone else, just because I have a business environment I want to call it. It doesn't mean that I am anything like. I think every girl should know that whatever you're going through, it will get better. You have so much life ahead of you. Talk to your friends and family and put others to trust to sit you through this time with you can get through it. I am Allison White. I am friend, and I am beautiful.
After Allison, I've shared 6 more, so there's been a total of 6 stories. A girl, a friend, the daughter of a friend, a 6-year-old girl, told me the other day that the stories are happy and sad. And I think that's how they're hopeful, but also very touching. This project is very driven by community. My friends and my family and everybody is rooting for me and just helping me with, everything that they can, just introducing me to people or giving me a couch so I can sleep. I travel just with my backpack and my camera, very little equipment, and I'm just, basically I'm a nomad, so I am traveling freely as I don't have a home base. My home base is right here, right now. So in this process, the first thing that I do is select the country where I'm gonna go next. And to do this, there's a few things that I take into account, but one of the main ones is I want to know what's happening for women in that country. For example, back in February, when I was in Europe, the first country that I went to was Iceland because they had the first women elected president there. So it was very interesting to know what happens to little girls when they know that this is possible. And it was incredible, and I'm still working with the stories there, but the process of talking to girls and seeing the difference between the girls that are born in this part of the world from that part of the world is just very, very inspiring, and I really want us to get there. I asked my community to introduce me to girls. For example, I'm going to Australia next, and I just started asking, and I have a list of girls that I might interview when I'm there. And then the next thing that I do is I travel to where they are. You know, I travel by bus, by plane, by train, on the back of in the back of a motorcycle, by boat, whatever it takes. I walk sometimes. I've walked for hours and hours to get to a very remote village. And then when I get there, usually it's just, you know, I get to know their family sometimes, because some of these girls are they're underage, so their family have to sign. So I have to talk to them about what I'm doing, and I have to sometimes convince them, and they have to trust. And I've been I'm very grateful that a lot of those parents have trusted me with their girls. And then we sit. We find like a quiet place, and then I put my camera in front of them, and then I sit and they sit. They have a microphone on, I have my headphones on, and then I start asking questions. And the questioning and the listening are two key ingredients for this project to be what it is right now, and for me to get the stories in a way where they go really, really deep sometimes. So the first thing is, I show empathy, and I am very vulnerable from the start. So I'm modeling that for them. I share with them why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then I tell them that I came all the way here just to talk to you about your dreams. The second thing that I do is I ask, a list of questions, and they're the same questions for all the girls. And one of those questions is, how do you define yourself? And what I found is that a lot of the girls tell me how other people define them. And then I listen, and then I ask again, yeah, but how did you define yourself? And that's when really you get the real question, like the real answers. Then we talk about their dreams. And I love this part, because depending on the age, the dreams will be either very out there and crazy when they're younger, and then more, what they think that they need to do for their future when they're a little older. But the beautiful thing about this is that I don't only ask them what their dreams are, I also ask them why they want to do this thing. And the why, I was, as I'm editing this, I've been putting all the videos through a processor, so I can get the text, and this software gives me the keywords that they're using. And the keyword that they use the most is people. And this is a reflection of my own conversations with them, where they talk about why they want to do the things that they want to do. Most of them want to do these things because they want to help the world be a better place. Then we talk about their obstacles, what's on their way, and then, and their fears. And then I help them, I ask them, like, what would you tell someone that's going through the same things that you're going through? And that's a moment for them to reflect on the things that they've learned through this process. And also, this is a question that's like really get them really emotional. So I learned very quickly with Allison to ask this question later, because then I have a person that's crying when we just started the interview. And then I do something which is helping them connect with who they really are. And I ask them to choose a word and that represents them. And I tell them it's really hard. I know that it's not easy to just put yourself in a word. I don't want to put you in a little box, but I want you to find something, connect with something, a word that right now represents you. It doesn't have to be forever. And then they use it after, as Allison did, I am Allison White, I am brave, and I am the universe. And usually their story is very connected with this word as well. And then my favorite question, and the question that really got me started, is what do they need from all of us to get to where they want to be in life? And this has been the one that has really hit me the most, because their answer in all languages and cultures for most of these girls is exactly the same. And I created a little video so I can share with you.
So what do you think you need from the world? What do you think that you need from the world to get to where you want to be in life?
¿Qué tú necesitas de lo que estamos cerca de ti, del mundo, para poder llegar donde tú quieres llegar?
I think what I need from the world is support.
Support to do what I want.
En cada paso.
You know, maybe just be supportive of what I'm doing.
Porque é muito importante para mim saber que os meus familiares e os meus amigos me apoiam.
Que siempre están apoyándome, diciendo que yo puedo.
¿Y como qué cosas tú crees que tú necesitas de nosotros, del mundo, de tu familia, de tu comunidad para poder avanzar?
Apoyo.
Presenting me with, and girls in general, with opportunities to do things.
People don't even get the opportunity. And I think what I want to do is so big. I need a community, I need other people, like-minded people. I just need change from the world, actually.
So they're asking for support. And from what I've heard, this support can look like this. One is reminding them that they can do anything. Two is creating community around them, reminding them that they're not alone in this, that we have their back. Also is creating opportunities for them. And the fourth one is encouraging them to try new things and go out of their comfort zone and tell them that it's okay to fail. When I was in Denmark, I was sitting in front of this 16-year-old girl, and she looked very confident. I have my headphones on and she has her mic on. And the story that I'm looking at this girl, and if you see it from the outside, you will think that, she's in Denmark, everything is cool, but then her heartbeat is, her heart is beating really, really fast. So she's super nervous. And most of the girls that come to me, they are really nervous at the start. And some of them tell me, I'm not sure why you chose me for this. I'm not sure I have a story to tell. I don't know what my story is. And then I tell them, don't worry about it. We're just going to talk. And then we talk. And I just listen. Really listen. That means I get very curious and I ask the questions. And then sometimes I ask follow-up questions. And then what happens is that I can see how their body language changes. They all started like this, like they are sitting down like this, and then they start like moving, like opening up. And it's beautiful to see how they become more confident in their own answers. At the end, I asked them, so, how do you feel about your story now? And a lot of them told me, I didn't know I had so much to say. And some of them even didn't know what their dream was until at the end of our interviews. So I've seen the power in telling our stories. There is power in giving voice to our dreams. And I wish I could go to every single girl and tell them, you matter, and ask them, what are your dreams? And then listen. But I'm just one person. So I want to invite you all to think for a second of a girl that you have in your life. It can be, for me, it's my niece Anne-Marie. But it can be anybody. The next time you are with this girl, look at her in the eyes and get curious and ask her, what are you into right now? What's your dream? And then listen, really, really listen. Tell them that you're going to introduce them to someone that maybe is doing something similar to what they're doing, and then remind them that you're there for them, that you have their back. And also, tell them that they can do anything because they can. My name is Laura Pena, and I am on a mission to support the next generation of leaders, our girls. And I am going about this as if the future of this world depends on these girls, because it does.